My best friend says I crossed a line. I thought I was doing the right thing by getting the receipts. I've been holding this in for weeks, and it's weighing on me. My best friend, 31F, has been with her fiancé, 33M, for over 7 years. He's the father of her youngest and he has been nudging her to open their relationship and be poly, even though, to me, it's always seemed more like a pass so he could sleep around with her permission. Years ago, he even managed her OF account, sending her nudes to friends and co-workers to get subscribers, and she went along with it because he seemed proud of her. She's a stay-at-home mom juggling 3 kids and college. She told me she's scared of ending up in government housing again, so she does what she can to make him happy, even after catching him sexting other women repeatedly. He has always safe that he can't stop his nature, so last year they agreed to have a girlfriend, 33F, together, and our Facebook official posting about family dinners, sleepovers, and date nights. So on social media it looks like an open relationship. A few weeks ago, one of his longtime female gamer friends, I'll call her Emily, privately messaged my friend and confessed she'd been in an emotional and sexual affair with him for 2 years. She claimed they were planning to meet for a trip this summer, which he had told my friend was just a guy's trip. When I asked my friend why she didn't respond to Emily, she said she didn't want to spiral. She believed her fiancé's confession when she confronted him, and he said that Emily was just a delusional friend upset because he won't leave his family for her and she became too jealous. That did not sit right with me. So, I messaged Emily myself. Emily knew exactly who I was when I messaged her and she gave me everything. Screenshots. Voice messages. Photos of gifts with written love letters with his name. Proof of video calls. Snap streaks over 400 days. A tattoo he got for her, and one she got to match what he wrote in a love letters. It was not just a fling. It was a full-on, emotional affair. I never planned to show this to my best friend as she had already told me she didn't want to see Emily's twisted lies. But I thought he owed my best friend the truth. So, at the last cookout, I told him I knew everything. That I had the proof and he needed to be honest and confess to my best friend the truth about his affair. He had a full-blown panic attack and fainted in the kitchen. I'm a nurse, and I'm not exaggerating, he passed out cold. When he regained consciousness, he told my best friend that I had spoken to Emily and that I was blackmailing him. He admitted he liked flirting with Emily but that she became obsessed with the idea that he would run away with her. My best friend, who I've known for 13 years, chose to believe him and wants nothing to do with Emily's obsessive proof. She says I crossed a line. That I betrayed her trust. I get that it's not typical for the uninvolved friend talk to the other woman. I've never done anything like this before. I don't like confrontation and I don't pick fights. I genuinely wanted to protect my friend, even if she didn't want to protect herself. I didn't throw screenshots in her face. I just wanted her fiancé to be truthful and I wanted to hold him accountable for his actions given that I had the proof to call out his lies. My best friend has made her peace with staying with him for the kids, and I've come to accept that. But I can't stand him manipulating her because his cheating has destroyed her time and time again, and I am there babysitting their kids so that they can talk things out. Since all of this, she and her girlfriend have pulled away from me and don't react to my reels in the group chat. I wasn't invited to a recent birthday party for one of her kids nor the upcoming 4th of July cookout that they host every year where I help with the potluck. I don't know if I did the right thing. I just know I feel awful. I acted out of love, not revenge. I wasn't trying to ruin her life but to make her fiancé accountable for once. I just couldn't stand watching someone I care about be lied to like that. But maybe that's not what a best friend should do.
Relevant comments. Dumpstercat. Look. You didn't do anything crazy or wrong. You didn't stalk or harass Emily. You messaged her asking about the situation out of concern for your friend and she eagerly and willingly responded and dumped all of her evidence to you. Unfortunately, it seems to have come down to a situation in which your friend simply does not want to accept the truth or be helped. It is safer, easier, and more familiar to force herself to buy her husband's lies and remain in her marriage than it is for her to accept reality and pursue change, be that a reckoning with hubby, couples counseling, divorce, etc. And if it came down to divorce, that would necessitate some very big and likely very negative changes considering that she is financially dependent on him and they also have kids together. Based on your description of her current situation, she might not be able to win or maintain even partial custody over her children, as she'd have no money, no home, no college degree, and no job, for example. Even if she managed to squeeze money out of her potential ex-hubby, she'd still have to find housing and a job that pays enough to support daily childcare costs for 3 kids. You keep challenging the delusion that she's desperately clinging to, and it's become too difficult for her to continue rationalizing it and making excuses for her husband while you refuse to support that or do the same. And in her defense, you don't seem appropriately aware or considerate of the complexity of her situation or what is actually at risk for her should she actually accept her husband's scumminess and either put her foot down or confront him about it and it goes poorly. OFC, you want to help her, and OFC, you're not a bad person for trying to do so, but she's already between a rock and a hard place in her life and marriage, and you were still a source of additional pressure. She straight up told you that she's not just accepting her husband's false version of events BC she wants to, she's doing it BC she feels she has no other choice. And you didn't actually offer her any other choices when you confronted her husband for her, just added another layer of pressure and complexity. Hence why she's at least temporarily cut you out. Stan_loves_ham. This is at 1000%. My ex's sister was in the same situation. We got her out for 4 days. And she went back because living that delusion was easier than starting over. ETA, not the same as in open relationship, GF, and so on. But the reasons of staying, and all else sigh.